Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of How to Be an Adult. So today I have a really interesting video, a bit on the creative side. A couple of months back, I decided to do something that I've been thinking about for the past 3 or 4 years. I went ahead and bought a Chinese 3D printer. So I ended up purchasing the Creality Ender 3 Pro with some mods by a reseller. Okay, so I got it, and the first big project that I immediately went into was printing this really nice wedding figurines for my best friends that got married last month. And I didn't have any time to film anything because I had to do everything in like a week and a half. But it's helped me figure out a lot of ways that you can use a 3D printer. So what I wanted to do today was just share a short journey of my experience creating a model, a figurine. Actually, this guy here, this is one of the creatures that I used to draw. So what I did is I created this guy in Blender and then printed it and painted him, and I just wanted to share this experience and the difficulties that I found and what was easy, what was hard. By the way, if you enjoy the videos I publish, give them a thumbs up. Also, maybe subscribe if you're not already. And by the way, I noticed in my analytics that 90% of you watching are not subscribed. Just takes one click and it's much appreciated. Okay, let's go ahead and open Blender. So I have my reference image here. I add a cube because paper is pretty much a cube, and then I start extruding it. And I gotta say that Blender is not the easiest thing to learn, but ever since version 2.8 it actually became possible to just get like a general idea of how to use some of the tools. I pretty much only know 4 tools, so extruding, moving, scaling, and rotating, and that's it. And that's everything I use to do all the 5 or 6 models that I've done so far. It's all low poly, so I don't use the sculpting tools at all. I just use the basic modeling tools. And you can see here I'm struggling a bit with the arms to make them like touch the body, because that's important for 3D printing. Otherwise it would be just hanging in midair, and that way the whole upper part of the arm is going to be supported on its own, and you only need some support on the bottom. I'm starting to do the legs, and I only need to do one leg, and then I can just print it twice, because this is my intention, is to print the body with the hands separately, and then print the legs separately, because otherwise you'll need to generate too much support and it would be just hard to print. So let me just bring that. I'm just gonna make it overlap a bit, you see, and I know that's not the best way to do it, but it's the only way I know how to do it. So yeah, that's how I've been doing it. And then I like the eyes to be like not low poly. I want them to be like perfect spheres, and I'm also gonna extrude the tooth a bit. And yep, that's it. I'm gonna place it on the bottom, and I'm done. Next thing I'm gonna do is export the whole thing to an STL file, and this is the files that I can use in the Ultimaker Cura, which is the slicing software. And by the way, so far Blender and Cura are both completely free. Cura is for Ultimaker 3D printers, but you can use it with any 3D printer pretty much. So what I do is drop the file here and scale it a lot, because I don't know why, but Blender always produces like these really small files in real life measures. And pretty much doing like mostly basic settings, and using standard quality, slicing it, and start to print it. And something went wrong here with my filament. I was also trying to film it, so trying to stick the GoPro on the hot plate, and it took a few tries. I think this one was the one that I got the furthest, and then something went horribly wrong. And the last one, I think it was the 7th attempt that I did. But you can see I pretty much found a way to secure the GoPro to be off the hot plate so it wouldn't overheat and it wouldn't shut down. And also I managed to clean my nozzle properly and have a nice printing experience. So this is the time lapse of the print. Those on the front are the supports for the eyes. I'm gonna remove those later. And yeah, sometimes it's kind of hard to stick it off of the plate. Just gotta remove the brim, remove the supports, and that's it. Now let's glue it, and because it's small surface and I don't have like great glue right now, so it was really hard to use this like instant glue that wasn't sticking, but eventually I managed to do it. I'm gonna use some hot glue and position it on a piece of wire, so it'd be easier to coat it all in white. And this is like base layer white, so I coat all my models completely in white first, let it dry well, and then start adding color. So now that it's dried, I can start mixing some colors on the next day. And actually the gray turned out a bit too dark, but still it turned out a pretty great color. So I'm painting everything, watching out for the eyes. I'm just gonna leave them white, and also the nails on his hands and on his feet are usually like really pale yellow, but it looks too much like white. So I wanted to make them like pop out a bit more. So I just added a bit of white to yellow and used that. And I also decided to do the mouth with a black line and his eyebrows and the eyes, and that's pretty much it. That's the finished model. Gotta say it looks pretty good. Yep, that's pretty much it. I'm just really happy at how easy and quick it was to set everything up and just go straight to printing. And I think it's a nice hobby for all those creatives out there that want to not only draw something and then 3D design it, but want to see it and actually be able to feel it. Also, there are tons of websites where you can download all kinds of figurines. I have my Rick and Morty here, so just downloaded them, printed them, and then painted them. And for me at least, the whole process of especially the painting part it has a really therapeutic effect on myself and on my mind after a hard day at work. So yep, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and maybe even punch that bell icon to receive notifications every time I upload a new video. Till then, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.